Tell me all about it, folks. What happened in your sector, in your area, in your space, yesterday, December 11th, Friday? What is your score? Did you do more for yourself than you did for others? What is your score? Look it over. Did you do more for others than we did for ourselves? Did we think more about good than we did about bad? Did we stay one with God yesterday? Or did we ruin it and go to self and think about self and talk about self and perform for self? What is your score? What is yours, Glendora? Uh, 88? 88? Whom did you help? Wayne Collins, Corinne Banker, Deanna Mummer, Sandra Blakeman, McLean, how many telephone calls did you make? I would say 35, almost to 40. How many is that? Well, since we started the 71,000, that would be about 240. I would say 270. 72,270 telephone calls since October 18, 2003. Thrill, there was a commercial on TV. And what were the jokes? One joke was, frankly, I don't believe in. What did one ghost say to the other? Frankly, I don't believe in people. What was the other joke? Nope, it slipped out of the thought. But there was a lot of fruit, pictures of fruit, bananas. Oh, the other joke was the little boy said to his friend, they're not going to grow bananas any longer. His friend said, why not? He said, they're long enough now. So there were pictures of bananas. The commercial was produced by George Durnford in Portland, Oregon. Corinne Banker talked to Glendora for an hour about Christian Science, and I liked it. Glendora cannot get her compact disc to operate. I think it needs batteries, and she can't see to put the batteries in. Patricia Nichols, Sar, and Esther Raphael were a half an hour at the library making 4 copies of the county burial. Glendora can have a county burial at the expense of the county. The county will pay Mooney Funeral Home $1,250 for a direct cremation. That means body in a box, and the box and the body burned to ashes, and the ashes sent to be with Franklin's ashes, and they will go in the Glendora Franklin Public Access Pro Se Newspaper Museum. Reverend Gary, I helped Glendora with the new telephone numbers. My, new people and new telephone numbers come in so fast, folks. It is a challenge to keep them organized. He did not help Glendora with the contacts on the cell phone. It was more food and less work, and it should be the other way around. It should be more work and less food. The food was delicious. It was a vegan meat, raw pineapple, squash, broccoli, mushrooms, and sweet potato. The dessert was Price Chopper, private label, vegan ice cream. Best vegan ice cream we've had. We are looking for a breakfast sandwich that is vegan. The one that is on the market now has milk and eggs in it, and so we have to reject that. But Glendora has a vegan cheese, and Glendora can get vegan bacon from Honest Weight. Morningstar Farms breakfast strips has eggs in it, egg whites. Not allowed. The eggs belong to the hens. Now, what can we have for a third piece? Is there a vegan egg out? Well, we'll try to find it. Glendora needs to drink out of a plastic tumbler now. She's broken 2 of them in the bathroom sink. The alimentary canal, a loose caboose that was started by Brussels sprouts, I think, is correcting itself, and the body now has a chance to heal the wounds. Reverend Gary will not be back until January 7th because he has so much company coming over Christmas and New Year's. His kitty cat Fang, I told you, who's 9 years old, and Fang stuck his head into an empty Kleenex box, and he was distraught, but everything turned out fine. Brett Snyder and Glendora are going to eat together on Tuesday at 2 o'clock. A green salad, a vegan cheese sandwich, grilled cheese sandwich, potato chips, and orange juice. Glendora wants dessert and Robert doesn't. Glendora's keeping close watch of Robert. I think he's in his mid-70s, and he lost his brother, who was 82 or so. And she wants to make sure he's all right. Ed Henry is gone. He was another one that Glendora kept close watch of. He was 95. Teacher, what is the plural of mouse? Mice. Very good. What is the plural of goose? Geese. Excellent. What is the plural of baby? Twins. The Maine farmer, who really liked to be alone more than with people, on a Sunday afternoon had an influx of relatives, and they were all standing around the kitchen, as they do down Maine. That's where they visit, is in the kitchen. And they were all standing up, and one of them got up enough courage to say, "It seems we don't have enough chairs." And the Maine farmer says, "Yeah, plenty of chairs, just too much company." Folks, do you play bridge? Do you play contract bridge? I was thinking that the presidential election was like a contract bridge game. No Trump. A minister told his assistant that he would be gone the next Sunday, and he asked his assistant to write the sermon and deliver it. When the minister got back, he asked a parishioner how was the sermon, and the parishioner said, not so good. And he got the same response from another parishioner. So the minister went to his assistant and he said, "What did you write for a sermon last Sunday?" And the minister, the assistant, said, "Well, I got very, very busy and I didn't have to write one, so I used one of yours." And what did Glennie learn 4 days ago? What did Glennie learn 4 days ago? That she shouldn't blow her bubble gum while she's wearing her face mask. Blessed are the pure in spirit, because they shall see God. Blessed are those who are selfless, for they shall see love. You don't get love by being what, folks? Selfish. You get love by being what? Loving. Matthew 5, Sermon on the Mount. Hymn for this week. Holy, holy, holy. Though the darkness hide thee. What? What is darkness? Selfishness, egotism, me first. Through the eye of sinful flesh. Sinful flesh? What's that? Selfishness, egotism, me first. Thy glory we can see. Hey, hold it. Wait a minute. What are you saying? Thy glory we can see. We are saying that through darkness, selfishness, egotism, and me first, through sinful flesh, selfishness, egotism, and me first, we can see the glory of helping others. Only God is holy. Only helping others is holy. There is none beside thee. There is none beside God. There is none beside helping others. Perfect in power, in love and purity. Let's perk up our vocabularies with a very pretty word, and that pretty word is abundance. Add this to your vocabulary. Overflowing fullness. Add this to your vocabulary. Ample sufficiency. There's also the word opulence, which I think more often than not refers to material wealth, doesn't it? Overflowing fullness. Ample sufficiency. abundance. An abundance of love, an overflowing fullness of love, an ample sufficiency of love. We'll do it today, won't we? Yeah. No talking about ourselves and no thinking about ourselves. We're working for the universe together. For our meditation today, from our sanctuary, let's take another hymn. A hymn, you know, is a prayer. It happens to be a prayer set to music. But let's take this one. For the beauty of the earth. You can think about that, can't you? And you can rejoice and you can feel good about that. For the glory of the skies. Wow! All that astronomical wonder. All those stars. A star is a body of gas, I guess, held together by its own gravity. I guess that's what a star is. And what is that gas? For the most part, hydrogen. And what is hydrogen? Protons and neutrons. What are protons and neutrons? Quarks and upside down and outside out and all those fundamental particles they find in the particle accelerators to smash a proton or a neutron. And even then they don't have it. And somehow or other those particles are waves. Okay, where were we? For the beauty of the earth, for the glory of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. That's God love. God is love. Love is God. And all that birth and love all go together. That's somebody putting a notice on Facebook. The harmonica. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. For the joy of every hour. Isn't that a honey? For the joy of every hour. Morning, noon, and sleep at night. Hill and vale, that takes care of the beauty of the earth, the hills, the vales, the mountains, the valleys, the deserts. Hill and vale and tree and flower, that's the plants. Sun and moon and stars of light. It's a great hymn. You stop and think of it. It just takes in everything to be thankful for. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Now, what's the third verse? For the joy of eye and ear. Just a second. For the heart's and mind's delight. For the mystic harmony, linking sense to sound and sight. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. It's a really good meditation. For the joy of human love. for the mother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth and friends above, every word that's tender and mild. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. Let's get our pure thought for the day out of there. A pure thought that we can say over and over again so we won't think of ourselves. Every word that's tender and mild. Let's do that one. Every word that's tender and mild. Let's get as many words in today as we can that are tender and mild, without being prolix. Or verbose. Get in every word you can that's tender and mild. And I believe that's it for December 12. Saturday, 2020, Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. Oh, a big event yesterday. We had 4 BJs outside the window. 4 Blue Jays. Esther Raphael replenished with $16, no, it was $15 worth of birdseed. And there's little birds too. I've started the most recent book of written by people, and the name of it, written by people who call the book We Knew Mary Baker Eddy. And it's very close looks into her home life and how she had only Christian Scientists working for her. And they all kept up the love of God and the pure thinking. And this second volume and the last volume, let's see, there's 4 volumes, and they were about 100 pages each. And then the second volume is about 500, and then another volume about 500, as I understand it. And that volume has, those last 2 volumes have only 4 essays that we haven't read that were in the first volumes. And Corinne Banker says that the biography she liked best of Mary Baker Eddy is The Christian Healer. We were going to read the other one, written by her contemporary, a woman who started writing it for a magazine and decided she wanted to write the whole life. What are we reading in Compton's? Decimal fractions. We've done 2-3 pages. There's 2-3 pages more, and Wayne is bored by that, so maybe we'll have to move on. David answered the ad in Craigslist for exciting work on a national TV show. In process for 49 years, 13,300 shows on 75 TV stations, Boston to San Diego. His name is David. He has an interesting background. He worked for Channel 10 in Albany, New York, and then he worked for CNN.